Our top story this morning, amid allegations of sexual harassment against him, MOS External Affairs MJ Akbar returns from his Africa tour but maintains silence. Confronted by the media at the airport, Akbar says he will release a statement later on. Now all eyes are on MJ Akbar as he returns home. Will he resign as MOS External Affairs? Will he be ready to face a probe into the MeToo charges against him?
There will be a statement later on.
Are you going to resign?
There will be a
My colleague, our Foreign Affairs Editor Geeta Mohan now joins me live in the studio. Geeta, I'm sure MJ Akbar, as you've been telling us all of this morning, has had his time to consult, to deliberate on what should be his future course of action. From your sources and the buzz possibly in the Ministry of External Affairs, what are you picking up?
Well, Paulami, we were talking about this earlier on as well, and I was saying that Monday is going to be very crucial. He comes out and says that there's going to be a statement later on. If the statement is today, then it is going to be a very crucial statement. But who will the statement be from? Will it be from him, or will it be from the party? One will have to wait and see whether it's going to be from the party or from him. Also, if he, instead of a statement, comes out and does a press conference, then in all probability what we're looking at is him trying to justify his position, which already has become untenable given the age graph that we're looking at. A 17-year-old till people who were of his own age group coming out and speaking against him. And these are very serious allegations. For a senior minister to be a woman, to be Sushma Swaraj, who's been an advocate of women's rights and safety for so long, it looks very difficult for him to stay on with these allegations continuing. But like you said, the BJP president had said in an interview that that anybody can make those allegations. We will have to verify in a day and time when people talk about fake news and fake accounts. They will be verifying all these details. But you and I know that most of the accounts and most of the people and their own narration is not untrue. They come from real sources. All that they have to do is look at the seriousness of the allegations, and politically, just ahead of the 2019 general elections, would it be one wise, secondly, tenable for a government to really have a minister with such serious allegations continue in the position that he is in, is something that we'll have to wait and see. But the fact that he's saying that there will be a statement in itself looks like he might very well look at stepping down and clearing his name.
Right. In fact, speaking of the BJP president, he has indicated that no instant action will be taken till charges are proved. Right. Geeta Mohan still live with us from the studio. Geeta, you were talking about, justification, if at all, Mr. MJ Akbar can give for all of these allegations that have been leveled against him. We've read each of these accounts. 11 accounts, very detailed accounts, 2 foreign journalists, the rest of them Indian journalists, and some of them very prominent names in today's journalism. Is there any doubt in anyone's mind within the system that these are false accounts?
Well, not really. But then the government and the party has to be very clear. One, because they are looking at a future case of political conspiracies against their own. They are in power. So what the BJP president in his statement, by saying what he was saying, has actually ensured that there's protection for those who are in the seat of power right now and are in important positions, critical positions, so to say. To say that anybody cannot just come and level allegations and that would be accepted. So that's a very responsible statement coming from the BJP president. But looking at the kind of accounts that we've heard, the narrations, the tales that we've heard, Paulami, one, they're not from fake accounts.
Neither are they from anonymous accounts.
They're not anonymous, they're not fake. People have actually come out on camera as well, speaking of their cases. But then again, the bigger question is there's no case registered. None of the women who have spoken have actually gone and registered a case against MJ Akbar. So that is something that MJ might use when he makes that statement, if at all he intends to stay on, saying that if the allegations are credible, if I did wrong to any woman, then then there should be a case registered and I'll fight it in court.
Right, so those are visuals of MJ Akbar's cavalcade, in fact his car reaching his residence right now. Going across to my colleague Kamaljeet Sandhu, who's standing by at MJ Akbar's
point
residence.
of time entering the residence, clearly MJ Akbar's car. There you have it. MJ Akbar finally reaching his residence. He's spoken at the airport saying he will be issuing a statement later. The guards shutting the door. The gate closed. It's a very clear signal. He doesn't want to speak to the media at this point of time. What is very significant is he's reached back home. In some time from now, he's expected to meet any of the big BJP leaders. Remember, he will be sought an explanation. His point of view will be heard. We've heard the women speak against him. There have been at least 10 women journalists who've come forward and complained about his misbehavior. His position becoming extremely untenable at this point of time. Again, an embarrassment for the BJP, but they've managed to actually go through this entire controversy, waiting for him to come back from his foreign tour from Nigeria and come back and give an explanation. Now, let me tell you, there is a lot of media out here. Obviously, each and everybody wants to know what MJ Akbar has to say about this controversy, whether he will take a moral responsibility and step down, because this is a big controversy at a time where the government is talking about women empowerment, where they're talking about Beti Padhao, Beti Bachao. This kind of controversy has now really hit Narendra Modi government, but clearly at his residence, a lot of activity out here, the guards being put in place, they've closed the gate, a clear signal for the media. He doesn't want to speak. We don't even see a nameplate out here. This is 9-3 Murti Marg. That's what it is. But at this point of time, very clearly, perhaps a man coming out. We'll just try and see if he has a word coming in from here. But perhaps this is not the time that MJ Akbar would want to speak out. He has to speak to his own party leaders. And remember, the former editor, once upon a time, a known icon, especially in journalism, now under the cloud, and obviously misbehavior, the sort of allegations leveled against him extremely serious, and his position becoming extremely untenable at this point of time. We'll just try and see. कोई message है media के लिए? कोई message नहीं आ रहा है. अगर हम उनसे बोले क्या हम बात करना चाह रहे हैं? क्या मैसेज है आप लोगों के लिए?
हमारे पास कोई मैसेज नहीं है.
आपके पास कोई मैसेज नहीं है. So very clearly, the guards been told, and that is what we are saying. MJ Akbar would come at a later point of time. Even as the media really waits for his response, the entire country has been waiting to really hear from him about the allegations. What does he really have to say? But meanwhile, at this residence of his, he's reached his place. Remember, he has other residences. There was perhaps a certain concern he may go elsewhere, but he's come back to his official residence. We do expect a response from him. Will he take moral responsibility and step down?
Right, so MJ Akbar has reached his residence at 9 Murti Lane in New Delhi. He stayed absolutely mum, but there was one sentence that he said to the media as he arrived in India at the airport.
There will be a statement later on.
Are you going to resign?
There will be a
My colleague Rahul Srivastava, our National Affairs Editor, is on the phone line with me right now. Rahul, MJ Akbar, as he stepped out of IGI this morning, says there will be a statement later on. What does that indicate? Is it time's up?
Follow me, yes, you've chosen your words interestingly. There are greater indications now, it seems, that MJ Akbar, as we had reported a few days ago, will take a personal call on this. Neither the government will intervene in it visibly, nor the party. The nudge will, of course, come from the party, because somewhere this is a case about personal misdemeanor pertaining to the past when he was not a minister in the government. And the government will like to ring fence and isolate itself, insulate itself as far as this entire drama is concerned. There are indications from people close to him that he may not like the entire thing to fester too long, and he may like to provide relief to his party and perhaps also himself be part of the party and then continue working till the name is cleared. But it seems to be a long haul, and I think the first step towards it could well be that Mr. MJ Akbar, who it seems has been in touch with the party leadership, has been explaining their stand, might be on his last leg as far as the Council of Ministers is concerned.
Right, Rahul, also we were discussing Amit Shah's statement to a local TV channel yesterday where he said that, you know, anyone can make allegations. We need to check the veracity of those allegations. It seemed like there would be an opportunity given to Mr. MJ Akbar to clarify his stand. Now it appears the deliberations, the consultations have been concluded, and Mr. MJ Akbar, as far as the future of Mr. MJ Akbar is concerned, that decision has been made already.
Paula, we will have to wait and see what exactly happens. As I was saying, that the party will like to insulate itself from the entire crisis. When Amit Shah said that he has to be given hearing, charges can be leveled, it's a political front that a political party has to employ, especially when the minister is abroad on a foreign assignment. During a foreign assignment, any adverse comment or words which will not be in defense of the minister makes the position of that minister untenable, and especially if that minister happens to be the junior minister in the External Affairs Ministry. And that is why one can say that Amit Shah, one, through his whole thing, insulated the party, and second, ensured that there is no embarrassment for Mr. MJ Akbar on foreign soil.
Right. Rahul, you speak to BJP leaders every day on a daily basis. What has been the general buzz within the party since these allegations started coming forth from the 8th of October? We're talking about October 14 now.
Paula, what I will say that the BJP leadership is largely divided, and I think that's a very typically, I think, less political, more male kind of...
Right, Rahul, I would ask you to hold your thought there for a minute. Renuka Chaudhary, former Women and Child Development Minister, now joining us on the phone line. Ms. Renuka Chaudhary, what would you expect MJ Akbar to do now, given 11 women journalists have come out and pressed sexual harassment charges against him?
Really, I wish he would man up and step aside. Really, I mean, does this need any more argument or discussion? This guy, he knows what he's done. The guilty are always afraid. And if he's truly a man, which he thought he was while he was busy groping all those women, please tell him to man up now and step aside. Bow out.
Right. Ms. Chaudhary, do you think that nudge should come from the party as well? Because yesterday we heard Amit Shah speak in an interview and he said that, well, we need to check the veracity of these allegations, who's making them, whether the incident happened or not at all.
I tell you, this is the sickening part of, politics. And this is so puerile that Mr. Shah is giving out this lily-livered response to something. Tell them to act. Tell them to act and react and not give us this rubbish. What is the great thing that he wants to check? He'll verify, is it? How is he going to verify? Can I know the yardstick of verification he wants? Is it required for him to talk like this at all? If he's a human being and if he believes in this nation, he should have sacked this man long ago. What a pity that the men's club still works like this.
That's right. And what would you say to every one of those who's questioning these women, not just in MJ Akbar's case, but every woman who has in fact spoken out about sexual harassment at the workplace that they faced, that why are they bringing up these instances that are so old? Some of them, like the latest case in MJ Akbar's context, if we talk about Ruth David, a UK-based journalist, talks about her time at the Asian Age in 1999. Why rake up incidents that are so old now? How will you prove them?
Because they have been festering as wounds within our psyche and our body. Because it has taken society to evolve so much to allow a woman to articulate and speak. Because it is only in recent times that we even allow the woman an independent woman to singly open a bank account even if she was the earning member. Because our society has used religion and politics in a way to suppress women and not allow them to speak, because the conspiracy of silence and the burden of responsibility lay with the women, because we had to be the textbook daughters and daughters-in-laws and wives and take this humiliation every day and swallow it. And if Krishna and Shiva could keep that toxic in their body, well, good for them. We kept it for so long. No more. No more. It's our time has come, and our silence has broken, and our voices have spoken, and it's time the men sat up and took it. There are lots of decent men who have rung me up and said, Renuka, good for you guys.
Right.
Good you guys are speaking, because we don't want to be damned with the rest of these scoundrels. This
Absolutely.
is what men have told me.
Right. Ms. Chaudhary, thank you so much for speaking to India Today. We're slipping into a short break, of course, right now, but we'll stay on this story after we return.
Thanks for watching the video. For more such news and updates, please like, share and subscribe to India Today. Also check out our other great videos from our channel. We know you will love to.